Recording. Started recording on this. Let's go. Hold on. Welcome back to another episode of Frank's Unsolicited Advice, the NFL edition, where we were recapping Week 15 and giving our Week 16 predictions. I am joined by the powerhouse team, my friends, the people that make me wake up every week. I come up and I come to do this, and I want to talk to them. I am joined with my team, our team, I should say. Bree, what's up?
Hi, how are you?
I'm well. And June, what it is, bro?
What up?
So, let's just get right to it. You know, today's a little crazy for us because we have other engagements, so we can't take our time with it. So we're gonna, get right to it. So, Bree, take it away.
Okay, so on Thursday. Oh, before I do that, okay, our last week predictions. June was 9-7, Frank was 12-4, and I was 11-5.
But I still lose our weekly pick'ems, June.
Oh my God, we still lose.
All right, so on Thursday, December 17th, the Chargers beat the Raiders 30-27. We all picked the Raiders.
Again, it's one of those hit or miss. You know, we said this. We want to go with the Raiders because we know what they can do. But then they pull a dud like this one, and it's like, wow, what are you gonna do? So
I will never go with the Raiders again.
Yeah, I'm not picking no more.
And on Saturday, December 19th, the Bills beat the Broncos 48-19. We all picked the Bills. And then the Packers beat the Panthers 24-16. And we all picked the Packers.
I think the Packers were a little bit more surprising than the Bills game, just because it was way closer to a team that we probably expected for them to dominate. They should have had similar outcomes, in my opinion, from the Bills and the Packers game, but it wasn't like that. The Bills still show that they're the Bills and that they're serious, in my opinion. And shoot, man, as soon as they turn on that green light, and Allen could just cover his eyes and just throw that thing out there, and they're gonna find Diggs, and that's the problem, in my opinion.
I wrote Bills growth because the Bills are developing. So if you see a team that starts developing towards the end of the season, like last year, the Chiefs were doing that, right? The defense was in the top 5 or top number 1 defense the last 5 games of the season. The team starts taking shape, and that's what you want, that late identity. And the Bills look like they can be a problem for somebody. You know what I'm saying? They look like, and if you got to go to Buffalo, I know there's no home crowd, but weather plays a part. So I'm sorry for anybody going to Buffalo in the winter, in January.
All right. So on Sunday, the Bucks beat the Falcons 31-27. Now we got to talk about this because the Falcons blew another lead.
Oh God!
Against Tom Brady
Again, right? I mean, if I was Matt Ryan, I'd just be like, forget about it. I don't know what I would. I would go home and just go crawl up in a ball and lay next to my wife. Like, please just rub my back. No, the Dolphins came out strong. I mean, not Dolphins. The Falcons came up strong, and they looked like they were going to take over that game. And it's funny because I watched some of the takes. I don't watch a lot of takes, and then when I watch them, they were saying that Rex Ryan, Ryan Clark, and Dan Orlovsky were saying that the first half of the game was BA's Bruce Arians' team. The second half of the game, it was Tom Brady's team. It's like they what was funny because Rex Ryan, I couldn't stand him when he was with the Jets because he would talk so much trash. But he was like, "Oh, if you got Tom Brady, act like it. Just let him do what he does, and he'll be fine." And that's what it looks like in the second half of the game. Like they adjusted. They brought a second tight end in. They started protecting more. They're getting the ball downfield. The defense started making good decisions, and it was just like, wow. But again, the Falcons just can't close a deal, man. Like they can't close it, and they better fix it. Well, the season's over for them, but I mean, for next year.
Yeah. Hey, 100%, man. And the crazy thing is, if there's one person that I do not blame in the Falcons team, it's gonna be, in my opinion, Matt Ryan. They put points up. There's been some games where he struggled, but if you have to take a step back, I think from my point of view or my opinion, I think that's probably one of the only players in that team where I could say I don't blame that guy
Mm-hmm.
because he's doing his job.
Yep. I mean, he goes out there, he plays. They got talent at wide receiver. It's not like they don't have any good wide receivers, you know. I think the defense could be a little better, but and they're in a tough division. You know, the Saints got it on a lockdown. The Tampa's not that far away. The Panthers look like they can come around next year too. So it's rough. They got to get it together, you know.
100%.
Did you see that?
Oh, and
meme?
AB and her favorite player
Oh yeah,
scored a
for
touchdown.
his first touchdown.
Yo, that was dope. That was dope.
Did you see the meme? And it's like Tom Brady, like sitting on the bench, like with his head down, and it had like the Super Bowl against the Falcons and then the Bucks game, and it was at the same exact time of both games where they.
No, I didn't.
It's like, if you ever see, it said the meme said, if you ever see Tom Brady sitting like that with his head down, be prepared to lose the game. It was so funny.
That's true. That you gotta be careful with that one.
Yes. That's funny though. That was just ironic. Next, the Cowboys beat the 49ers 41-33. And Frank, you were the only one that predicted the Cowboys to win.
Hey.
That's the
Andy,
only game
and Andy
that
Dalton.
me and you didn't bet the same. That's the only game that we didn't predict the same, by the way. Or we both would have been 12-4.
Them 49ers, bro, they gave away that game. I mean, they just went like this. Here you go.
Listen, the first lieutenant on the boat, he's a big 49er fan, right? And he comes to talk to the Ojo every time. And when he walks in there, them 49ers, and then he just goes off, man, on a rant, just going completely off on how his team screwed the pooch. You know what I'm saying?
Wow. Unbelievable stuff, bro.
Okay, sorry. I was trying to find that meme. The Titans beat the Lions 46-25. We all had Titans.
Yeah, I mean, still, I don't know. Hi, babe, love you. I'm not gonna say anything bad about the Lions because the Bucks play him. Tom Brady's got to go see him. So yeah, that was yeah.
The Texans lost to the Colts 27-20. They could have tied that game. Did you see Buddy fumble in the end zone?
No, I didn't. I didn't.
I saw the highlights of it. Like after the game was on, and like, oh my God, the frustration in Deshaun Watson's face. You know, like he was just so frustrated. Like, Buddy like literally was in the end zone with the ball and like literally just said, like, threw out his hands and fumbled.
What do you do for that as a quarterback? You know, and what I don't like about football is that they blame the quarterback for everything. Like the defense lays an egg, it's the quarterback's fault. It's like, yeah, I get it. He's the face of the team, but there's only but so much you can do, you know, as a player. So I've been pissed. I would like you're taking a Greyhound back to wherever we're going. Oh no, they were in Texas, right?
Yeah, they were in. Yep.
Oh, I was like, you're not even taking a shower.
No. They were in
Indianapolis. Oh, okay, yeah, you definitely taking Greyhound. I'll see you next year.
They were in Indy. The Dolphins beat the Patriots 22-12. We all had Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm not surprised. Cam sends out this tweet or this post and these different lettering. And
that's every post he has. Like you have to like squint like this.
Yeah,
and
I'm
have
like,
to like write it down to see what letter is what.
He's like, oh, you know, thanks to the organization and all this other stuff. Like I guess he knows he's not coming back next year. But I mean,
like I want to know like what happened because like the first 2 weeks he was doing good, you know. And I don't know if you remember, like, was it week 2 or week 3? I want to say it was week 2, and y'all played the Seahawks, and it was like back and forth. Then he caught COVID, and then after that, it was just like.
Shannon Sharp talked about that, and he was saying that a couple players don't look right after COVID. They just didn't. See, I don't want to use COVID as an excuse because that's what everybody's going to use. But the truth is, I think it does affect everybody differently. And me have tested positive for it. I know for a few, like my nose just uncongested itself like a week and a half ago. Like I still don't have sense of smell. Like I can smell certain things, I can't smell others. And it's times my chest feels tight, like, and I went to medical because I'm like, yo, I want to know, is this part of that? You know what I mean? Because if it is, I want to document it. So when I retire, I get more money. But you know what I mean? Like, we don't know what that effect had on him. We don't know what he's going through. I think that with players in every sport, whether it's baseball, basketball, whatever, once you start missing throws or missing shots and you're not throwing the ball right, you're not hitting the curveball like you should, you get in your mind, like you get in your brain, and that affects your whole formula. Your muscle memory's not there, or you're not focused. And maybe that's it with him. But before I let you go on to the next one, let's be honest, bro. The Patriots last year were last in receiving yard, last in separation. Last year, this was last year. Nothing's changed this year. N'Keal Harry still hasn't been able to be a first round pick. Edelman's older; he's been hurt. Rex Burkhead and White are, they're what they are. Not bad, but they're good for that system if you have the right person in play. What's the old boy, the Haitian running back we got? 26, Sony Michel. He since the Super Bowl. So it's like, what do you got? And then you got Cam. Cam always had a strong arm, but he had accuracy issues in Carolina. It wasn't like he was spot on like a Patrick Mahomes or something like that. He was very inaccurate at times. So, I mean, I didn't expect much. All I wanted them was to break even 500 or have one game above, so it's a winning season. But I didn't expect them to win the East at all. So that's me. I mean,
yeah, no, I agree with you, Frank. But the game was pretty close. The defense showed up, in my opinion, for the Patriots. It's just the offense really. That's what gave away the game. And I got a note here that I was writing down so I won't forget. If we talk about afterwards, which goes perfectly into a lot of different teams' questions, and that'll just be one of the teams that I'll target with that question. But yeah, hey, who's good though? Who's a good player in that team that maybe if they target him a lot more, it's Myers, the receiver.
Jacoby Myers. Yeah, he's good. He was good for Brady last year. A couple of times he came clutch, and then this year he did pretty good. And I think it was Bird, Damiere Byrd and Cam know each other from previous. So, but yeah, I mean, we'll see. Belichick, they was asking the question, would it affect his legacy? But we'll talk about that after we get the recap. I'll write it down and we'll come back to that.
I don't know if y'all can see, but this is the meme.
She was not gonna let that go.
No, I wasn't. You can't see the words because my brightness is too bright, but it says, if you ever see Brady do this, just give up.
Yeah.
So the next game we have the Bears beat the Vikings 33-27. And we all have Vikings winning that game.
Again, yeah, I went with what I thought was going to be a good performance. They ran
the Vikings at home at the same time,
Yeah, they ran the ball great against the Bucks. They were the only team to put up over 100 yards on the Bucks rushing. They probably would have won that game if it wasn't for the 10 points missed by field goals by the kicker. And then you go and you think, the Bears, lack of consistency at quarterback. 1 minute you got Foles throwing it, the next minute you got Trubisky. The next minute, June's out there throwing it. They don't really have anybody that they go with consistently. And they go in there and then get beat, mollywopped. I mean, it is what it is.
Then we have the Seahawks beat Washington 20-15. June picked Washington to win.
I did. It was crazy because Washington had a legitimate shot of beating Seattle, even at the very end.
And it was a low-scoring game at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I mean, but Haskins was being Haskins, and Haskins did not give that did not give that offense an opportunity at the very end. When they had the opportunity, he just didn't want to take it, and when he took it, he threw an interception. Um, but I was if Alex Smith would have been out there, honestly, I think they would have won.
Maybe.
I could see that.
I could see it too. Maybe.
I mean, just because of the game managing, and the decision making, you can see the
Yeah.
big difference there.
The Ravens beat the Jaguars 40-14.
By the time Ravens showed up, I mean,
No, for
time.
real.
I mean, even though it's against the Jags, but look, at this point in the season, you want to take your wins how you can get them, and any
Yeah.
team improvement is good. And I know we criticize teams that, like, when we get into this whole argument, well, y'all beat up on a fourth string quarterback or whatever, or the defense is the second string because the first string got hurt. It doesn't matter. At the end of the day, all those players that are on that team have some type of quality to them or talent, because if not, they wouldn't be in the NFL. You know what I'm saying? And as we've seen on any given Sunday, anything can happen. So when you see teams clicking, it becomes a problem, because if they get a boost of confidence, even if it's against, like fighters, right? When they fight the weaker fighters to build up until they get to that big fight, like warm-up fights, that's to get the kinks out of what you have going on. And that's what, to me, the Ravens did against the Jags, was get the kinks out, put up 40-something points, and now watch out, because if they win this week, and that division right now is not unlocked by anybody, so it's up for grabs.
Yeah.
So.
This one, we was not expecting the Jets to beat the Rams 23-20.
Hmm.
The Jets beat the team that beat the Bucks.
Yep. Yeah. Who knows? Listen, the Jets can't do nothing right. They can't
I'm
even
telling you,
right, bro. Like, they can't even. They lost the.
you can't lose right.
You can't even lose right. I don't even have nothing to say about that. I mean, it's more of an indicative to where the Rams were at. It's like more like, the Rams. Did the Rams show up? It was the Jared Goff that you got, the one that can't win the game. You know what I'm saying? That struggles. It's more about, it's a victory for the Jets. Like, oh my God, we beat the Rams, but the Rams should be crying like, we just lost to the Jets. Like, we're the only team in the NFL that lost to the Jets this year. Let that sink in, Donald. You know what I'm saying? Ramsey, what's his name? Cooper Kupp, all them guys. Golf. Let that sink in. You know what I mean? You lost to the Jets.
Today is my birthday.
Yep.
Then the Cardinals beat the Eagles 33-26. This was my favorite game of the week because it was so good. And I like Jalen Hurts and I like Kyler Murray. That game was a great game. I feel like that should have been the Sunday night or Monday night game. That game was so great. It was amazing. And they're like good friends, They're also friends. So it was good.
What was your takeaway on that, June? I didn't see the game, so.
Man, it was a very, very good game. I wasn't even disappointed, even at the loss. At the very end, the only thing that I really did like about it was maybe the way that we did lose. I know it sounds a little crazy to say. I like the way that we lost for the maturity of Jalen Hurts. He was put in a situation to where he could have won the game. However, he was also put in a situation where the pressure was coming. The game was in his hands, and he was close enough where he could have made a play, scored a touchdown, and that would have been it. But he didn't. So that's why I kind of like that situation. It sounds crazy, but you understand what I'm saying?
It makes him fight harder the next week.
And that's good, in my opinion. But the game was really good. The defense played well. It was like a back-to-back similar quarterback games for the Eagles. They played Tyson Hill the week before. Then they go ahead and play Kyler Murray, both mobile quarterbacks, and they both kind of match up with Jalen Hurts. Now on the back end, it puts the question of the day. It puts that pressure on the front office. What are you gonna do with Carson Wentz if Jalen Hurts continues to show up
I
the way that
put
he's
that
been
down.
doing?
I wrote that for something for us to discuss after the recap, so we could dedicate time to it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But that was it. I like that. I wasn't upset.
Yeah.
Okay. The Chiefs beat the Saints 32-29. We all had Chiefs.
I mean, yeah, I went with the safe bet. I know Drew Brees was coming back, but I was talking to my friend Nancy Tony, and I was telling her, I said the Chiefs are doing what the Pats did for many years. Is we're gonna take what you give us. We have the chemistry, we have the consistency, we have the coaching, we have that locker room is connected together. I still don't believe in their defense, but their best defense is their offense, and that's the scary part about it. The Saints. This could have been this could be a preview to the Super Bowl if you want to be honest. I know I picked the Steelers to go, but here lately, it's not looking good. If I'm being honest.
Same. I mean, it's not looking really good either.
Exactly. The Chiefs are trending in the direction of, hey, we can win. So let's go and win. The Saints, my concern is it was only 3-point loss, so it's not like it was a blowout by any means, but I feel if Taysom Hill was in there, they probably would have won, in my opinion. It's just with Breeze, he's coming off an injury. He's probably still injured and still playing, It's he's not as mobile as Taysom Hill. He's not as young. I just feel Taysom Hill probably would have given him a different opportunity. That's all. But, Chiefs.
I feel like Patrick Mahomes and Andy Reid are trying to be the next Belichick and Tom Brady. Do you think so?
I think Andy Reid is just trying to cement. So Andy Reid, up until last year, was like the most winningest coach without a Super Bowl ring or something like that. That had to haunt him. You know what I'm saying? So he knew. I think he's just showing, look, I'm not what you think. I'm good. And I got a team now. And that team is young, So are they trying to be the next dynasty? Yeah, I think so. Patrick Mahomes already said it. He want to win more rings. All of them are catching Brady. They're all trying to catch up to Brady. And what the Patriots did it's very difficult to do in the NFL because of egos, free agency, salary cap, a lot of stuff like that. And not only that, let's just be honest, talent now, there's a lot of talent in the NFL now. Not to say that there wasn't no talent when the Patriots were winning, but the AFC wasn't always like it is today. You know what I'm saying? There was only you had the Steelers, the Colts, and the Patriots, the Ravens here and there, you know what I'm saying? But other than that, it wasn't really like, and the Chargers under Phillip Rivers when he first started doing this thing. Other than that, man, the NFC was always a tight run. You didn't know who he was going to get out of there. So, shouts out to the Chiefs.
Okay.
Is it safe to say that the Chiefs and the Bills are they took over the AFC?
Yeah, Bills are number 2.
Mm-hmm.
Knocked Pittsburgh down to number 3.
Young quarterback.
Well, Pittsburgh knocked itself down to number 3. I'll say that.
Young quarterbacks at the helm. They're building franchises over with those young quarterbacks, and Allen is he's dope. The dude is dope. So I mean, let's go.
I like the Bills and I like Josh Allen. I love Stephon Diggs. So I am excited. I'm not a hater, okay? And I always tell people, unless you are the Ravens or Tom Brady, there's no reason for me to hate you, unless you do something messed up, I slowly still have beef with Cincinnati, Do you know why?
Was it because of that hit they did a few years ago?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they laid old boy out, put him to sleep, like a heavyweight fight.
They paralyzed him.
Oh, you talking about Shazier?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, he's walking.
Right. Huh? Well, now he is, but he.
Oh,
was
you mean?
paralyzed.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
The Bengals I mean, I don't want to get too much into it, but like I know, there's been many.
Beast. It's a pretty big rivalry between the Bengals and the
And
Steelers.
yeah,
Not as big as
Bengals are
the
grimy.
Ravens. It's not as big as the Ravens and the Steelers because the Ravens and the Steelers are always going like back and forth with AFC North champions. The Bengals and the Browns, no.
Mhm.
But when it comes to like playing dirty between each other, it's always been the Bengals and the Steelers, Okay, the next game on Sunday night, the Browns beat the Giants 20-6.
You gonna make that phone call?
Yeah, I'm gonna mute it. Y'all talk about it while
Okay, go ahead. I mean, look, Baker Mayfield, bro. Baker's out there playing. He's more consistent. I like it. I think that when Baker's consistent and not making mistakes, the Browns are real contenders. I've been saying that. They didn't need Odell. They don't need Odell. Does it make it better? Yeah, but they don't need him. They got Landry. They got a good tight end. They got Chubb, and they got Kareem Hunt, bro. And so you got a good wide receiver. You got a good tight end. You got two good running backs, and then you add Odell in there that could take the top off. And if Baker just can stay consistent, stay accurate, don't make the mistakes. They're a tough team to beat, man.
Bro, the Giants made Baker Mayfield look amazing.
Yeah.
I mean, I think he was like, I don't know, 19 for 22, with however many touchdowns and passer rating or whatnot. But they made Baker look good without OBJ. Chubb did his thing. Landry did his thing. He did a little dumb penalty there. But if the Browns tighten up their defense, that would be something to be reckoned with. I'll tell you that right now.
Okay, guys, I have my other co-host from my other podcast, Off the Hood Podcast. This is Ben. He's a Giants fan. So Ben, say hey.
What's up? What's up with it?
What up?
What's up, Ben?
What up?
So how do you feel about the game on Sunday night, the Browns versus the Giants?
Man, I ain't gonna hold you up. I only probably watched the first half because the offense is trash. I don't know what Freddie Kitchens was thinking. I mean, because I thought, Jason Garrett was gonna be out, so I thought that Freddie Kitchens was gonna have a good game plan, but I mean, it turns out he's actually worse than Garrett is, which is surprised me because when I saw that play on fourth down in the first quarter, I'm like, bro, you gonna have to punch it on the football. Why not just kick the field goal? I didn't understand what the game plan was. That was just stupid. I don't know what they was thinking. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah. We just need to get our quarterback, get some receivers, and I gotta get this off my chest. How is Evan Ingram a Pro Bowler, but the guy from Green Bay is not? What's his name? Robert Tyen, whatever his name is.
Toyens.
Yeah, he has 10 touchdowns. Evan Ingram only has 1. Give me a break.
Easy. Look who he plays for.
He's a better tight end. He's a better tight end than Ingram is, so I don't understand why.
I don't know. That's a debate because Ingram's a problem. You know what I'm saying? And I'm not even a Giants fan. Ingram's a problem, but I'm gonna tell you why. New York Giants have a fan base, and win, lose, suck, or great, their fans stick. And the Pro Bowl, they vote for that. So
yeah, Pro Bowl is by voting.
Yeah, and you hear Ingram's name more than you do Toyens because Toyens is on a team where you have Aaron Jones and Devontae Adams, right? Yeah. So, I mean, he's overshadowed by two big figures, and he's a tight end. So it's like Evan Ingram for a while was the only weapon they had when they lost Odell and what's my man? Shepard got hurt. Tate wasn't really doing much. So and then he gets hurt, and it's like, oh, wow, we don't have anything. So that's probably why. I mean, to be honest.
I mean, but he could barely catch the ball because he fumbles the ball. And that Eagles game, I don't want to talk about that. He just ruined the whole drop for that. I'm like, come on, man. I don't know. I don't know. The whole offense is terrible, but our defense is pretty good, which I think Blake Martinez should have been in the Pro Bowl. Leo should have been in the Pro Bowl. Dalvin should have been in the Pro Bowl. Like we had a lot of snubs. Like Brandon Gano should have been in. Like it's crazy, but it is what it is. So I'm not gonna complain too much. At least my man James Bradbury's in the Pro Bowl, so I can't complain too much about it.
All right. Thank you, Ben.
Yeah. Peace.
Peace.
All right, man.
All
Good
right.
night.
All right. Later.
In the last game on Monday, the Bengals beat the Steelers 27-17. We all had the Steelers, you know.
I did.
Juju was TikTok dancing before the game on the on the logo, you know. Then he got hit in front of the ball, you know. Ben, a lot of those turnovers, you know. But I would say this, okay? This is what I would say. Yeah, when I was angry at the heat of the moment, I was like, they just need to stop TikToking. They need to stop memorizing TikTok dances, memorize how to catch the ball, yada, yada, yada. I would say this, okay? I don't think that TikTok dancing is the problem. I think that let me hold on, June, before you say anything, okay? I don't
didn't say
think
nothing.
TikTok dancing is the problem. I think Juju being disrespectful with the TikTok dancing is a problem, you know? That's pulling a target. That's him being like cocky, you know? I mean, of course you want to be cocky, have confidence stuff, but if you're going to be cocky and confidence, have 100 yards a game, you know, 100 plus yards a game. Catch the ball, you understand? And the reason why I say the TikTok dances aren't a problem, the dances alone, is because these Steelers players were doing TikToks this entire season and way before the season, you know, like during the quarantine and everything. So I don't think it's like, oh, we just started doing TikTok and now we're losing games, you know, like they've been doing TikTok dances the entire season before the season and everything. I feel like what needs to stop, in which Mike Tomlin said he had a conversation with Juju today about it, is the disrespecting the teams by dancing on their logos and stuff. And like, you know, especially prior to the game before you even get out there and play, you know? So all the backlash that Juju got from that, I think he deserved it because of the fact that that was uncalled for, you know? Like, I will understand this by somebody who, okay, I can understand if it's like from like Chase Claypool, you know? Like he's had a 10 times better season than Juju has, okay? Like, let's be very, very honest. Then I was like, okay, you know, talk that talk, Clay, you know? But Juju, on the other hand, he hasn't really done anything this season at all. And I know because I have him on fantasy. Had him on my bench my entire season. But, you know, we need to humble ourselves and our players need to be humble. Juju needs to humble himself, you know? Ben was very, very frustrated, you know? There's a lot of turnovers. Eric Ebron got injured, you know, hurt his back. I hope did you lose your mind? Sorry. He tried to walk across my mom's island. You had to grab him real fast. Got bold.
I thought you was talking to Ben.
No. Ben gave me a headache. I was screaming and I like literally got a huge migraine that I had to go lay down in my bed. But the Bengals, they won, you know. Was I happy? No, I wasn't, you know. At the end of the day, we're still number one, okay? And our division.
Nothing.
Okay, we're still number one in our division. And we still have a lot of better, like we have a better record than a lot of these people who's talking crap on social media, you know? Y'all lost to the Bengals. And I'm like, you still have one win, you know? So, but me, that's why I was very, very humble this season and didn't talk too much crap about teams, you know? I may have had my say about players, you know? Certain players, but I never went on social media and was clowning and judging teams for a reason like this, you know? Always got to remain humble, and that's all I have to say. But I still love my boys. Hopefully next week we can get it together, you know? But I also feel like they're tired, you know? I feel like they're tired.
June, you want to go or you?
No, let June go. Yeah, June can go.
Um, I'm gonna go back to what I said last week. If you stop the Steelers' run game, it's gonna force Ben to pass the ball, and then when you force that pass rush, and Ben doesn't have the arm that he had 5 years ago, yet alone 3 years ago, you're gonna have the game that you had on Monday. And like you said,
And I agree.
you could blame the TikToking thing at late in the season. However, now that the other teams are playing for two things, they're playing that I don't give a what, and then also some teams are finally they're clicking somewhere. And when they're clicking somewhere, whether they're 1-10 or whatever the case is, it's always going to be a problem for those teams that are 11-0, 12-1, or whatever the case is. Because we see it all the time. They don't have nothing to lose. So they're going to go out there and they're going to play as hard as they can. So now when they play as hard as they can, in my opinion, I think sometimes it exposes some of the team's weaknesses, which I think the Steelers' run game was exposed. Because once you stop the Steelers' run game, it forces that passing game. And when you dance on that logo,
Yeah, that's what I
End
said.
up.
Well,
That's why I said I feel like him being disrespectful and trying to like be cocky and stuff and doing it before the game, I have a habit of saying, after every sentence. So
I know.
I know.
But yeah, like I felt like that right there was uncalled for, unnecessary. If you're gonna go like in a locker room or like at home, when you're at home after practice and stuff, or in the locker room after practice or after a win, if you want to sit there and hit the wall and do the Corvette, like on your own, not trying to disrespect another team by dancing on their logo or trying to prove something, that's fine, I did it again. But that's fine. Just all that
Right.
cockiness with the TikToking
Mhm.
is uncalled for,
Now you said something, Frank. I don't know if you want to agree with this or not, but Bree said something. So she said if he had the yards and all that to back up the dancing, then it wouldn't look as bad. But everything falls right back to that quarterback. If Ben had the same arm that he had 3 or 4 years ago, will he have the same opportunities to have those games to back up that dancing?
So I'm gonna go. I've been patiently waiting for this.
Oh, I'm sorry.
No, you're good. You're good because I'm about to unleash the fury of hell. No, so here's the deal. There is a problem in Pittsburgh, and it starts with the coach. And I'm gonna tell you why. AB was there. He allowed AB to do certain things, and then he tried to try to stop it. It was too late. It's like when you have a kid and you let your kid grow up doing whatever they want. Now they're 13, 14, 15, and you try to put the law down. You're not gonna do this. And next thing you know, they're looking at you and they're rebellious. He did it with AB. The TikToking is a problem because guess what? You're there to play a game. Do the TikTok before you get on the bus. You can do all that at home. But when you come to that field, it's business and you play. And you're right. He doesn't have the yards to be sitting there doing that. See, Terrell Owens used to do crazy stuff on the sideline because you couldn't stop Terrell Owens. Randy Moss can say what he wanted to say because you wasn't going to stop him. Ocho Cinco in his prime could do what he wanted to do because you wasn't going to stop him. Hey, DeAndre Hopkins can go out there and say what he wants because no matter what quarterback he has in the center, he's going to do what he's going to do.
Right.
The problem, and to say with Ben, what I saw was Ben's arm is not the same. He's not making the throws that he used to make. And maybe he is tired. Maybe in the beginning of the season, he was making them throws over the middle linebackers.
Ben looked good. Everybody was
they
like,
were
this
looking good.
2008 Ben.
But I believe that, like you said, June, relying on his arm to get you through the game is not what you want to do. Them not being able to run the ball, that starts with the front line. They're not getting the push to create gaps for the running back. You know what I'm saying? And people are not scared of your run game. So if they're not scared of the run game, I could stop it, not throw the ball. Juju, maybe he might not be a wide receiver one. But when you have the talent that you have, like Claypool, Washington, you had Ebron until he got hurt. So he's not the main target, but people are not going to sleep on him. You know what I'm saying? But by him doing that dance, in my opinion, you awoke a beast that you didn't need to wake.
Right, you're putting a target on your back.
Exactly. And that's why he got popped,
Mm-hmm.
fumbled the ball like he did, because it was like, oh, and we already said it earlier, the Bengals, they're a grimy team. They grimy. You know what I'm saying? Them dudes.
We've always had that grimy.
Exactly. So now that we've done with the recap, the question is, do you pay Ben the money next year?
That's hard. I say, yeah.
Okay.
What? You willing to pay Ben next year?
Yeah.
Given his age,
Well, he's due for the money. That's the thing. So they either extend him or they're gonna take that hit. It's a big cap. It's like $40 million, I think, something like that. 20 something or 40. It's some number.
Well, he did say, as of yesterday, he did say that he plans on coming back for the 2021 season.
Yeah, so they maybe extend them and then extend that money out so it doesn't affect the cap as much. June, go ahead. I didn't want to cut you off, man. So go ahead.
No, you're good. You're good. I was just thinking more in line, if they do bring Ben back for one more season, to serve more as that starting quarterback leader role, so to speak, / mentor. Will they bring a backup quarterback with fundamentals that could be reshaped? And I'm talking about Carson Wentz, right? Not necessarily him, but I'm just bringing him up just for an example. Just because he's young, we've seen what he could do. He had a bad season just like any other quarterback, but is it a possibility? Now, I think that the Steelers organization could bring Ben back just because of the loyalty that they would have towards him. And, because he has that Steve Harden type of pool over there.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about the Steelers first.
James Harden, yeah.
They Tomlinson hasn't had a losing season yet. And the Steelers don't necessarily rebuild. They adjust, they bring in players, and they continue to win. The system continues to move forward. But I also feel that the Steelers' defense has been a big part of their success. I mean, even in their 4 Super Bowls, Terry Bradshaw was not, previous to Big Ben, I'm sorry, the 4 Super Bowls in the 70s, Bradshaw was not like the best quarterback, you know what I mean? But that defense was fearful, you know what I mean? Like they were, you just saw them come on the field and you're like, oh, we're going to forfeit. I'll just come back next week. Never mind. So I think, I don't know. I don't know. I'm not a coach. I'm a fan. I'm a spectator. I'm a commentator. You know what I'm saying? But as for me, I always like to see players go out with the team they start. Like, I respect what Eli did. Mm-hmm. I'm so mad that Brady's in Tampa because I wanted to see Brady go out with Belichick and that team, that organization, like Peyton, Montana, so Rivers. So, I mean, I don't know. I don't think if he can't get him over the hump, I say bring him back. I don't know, maybe extend him out, bring him back for a year or two, draft a quarterback or bring another quarterback that they can mold under him and let him know, because he's 38 and he's taken a lot of hits over the years. You know what I'm saying? He's a big body. So, and remember, Ben used to scramble out the pocket. And like Ben used to always sit in the pocket. He used to scramble and run and all that good stuff. So, I mean, but the next thing is, if Belichick has another 5 losing seasons or just has another losing season, does it affect his legacy?
Yes. No, it doesn't.
I'm about to be like, Bree, why?
No. So I didn't listen fully. That's why I changed it so fast. No, I don't think it affects his legacy, but I think it shows that he's only able to work with certain people or to make certain people like be good, I don't know how to word it. Like, of course, like with Tom Brady, they're unstoppable, but then boom, Tom Brady's no longer there. Now you have Cam Newton, and y'all didn't do anything.
But the thing with that is the team didn't change and they lost players on defense. You know what I'm saying? So, it's not like he had it. Let's be honest. The cards that Brady was playing with last year are the same cards he was playing this year, and Brady made it to the wild card and lost, but it wasn't like a big difference. I don't think
way. I'll say it this way. He was so comfortable with what he was used to, aka Brady.
Mhm.
So now he has to learn how to change up his coaching ways for different people because everyone's different. So I feel like he struggled because he's used to a certain way with a certain someone. And like he learned the hard way that everybody's different, you know, everyone's talents are different, or what type of quarterback, or what type of running back, or what type of defense, you know, like I feel like he had to learn the hard way, you know? So I feel like he may take that into consideration, you know, write some notes down, you know, be a little bit more versatile, you know?
I will say this. Before
You
I let,
know, that should be the name of the episode, you know, because I said the
we should
third
do a
time.
segment of that. You know, before I
You
let
know?
June go, I will say this. I think that what you're saying. So it's not that I feel what happened with the Patriots was when you had Brady. Brady bought into the Patriot way, like Robert Kraft said, and even Belichick said, Brady is part of that Patriot way. They established that together, you know. And when you win 3 Super Bowls in your first 4 years at the helm, then you go on a 10-year drought and you win 2 more. It's like, you know, you can be the head person and you can talk trash and you could tell a wide receiver like a prima donna, hey, you're going to shut up. You're going to come in here. You're going to run this route and you're going to play the part that you're going to play. And that wide receiver is going to be like, hold up, man. This is Tom Brady. 6 rings, 9 Super Bowl appearances. This team's afraid, like arguably the best dynasty in football ever. And I'm not going to come screw that up. If I want to win, I'm going to come here. You don't have that no more. And, you know, I'm not going to say that Cam couldn't have been better. Maybe a regular NFL preseason with it. Remember, he got there late with regular practices and no COVID. It could have been different, maybe, but I don't think it hurts his legacy. I think Belichick, he's up there. To me, there's Lombardi and then there's him, or there's him and then Lombardi. It's just like either one. You can't go wrong with either one. Now, I will say this, and even they said it on First Things First. Undisputed. You take Belichick and put him on the Tampa Bay without Brady, and they're still winning. If you put them with Belichick and Brady on Tampa Bay, they might lose 1 game, but they're Super Bowl bound. And that defense, oh, they're Super Bowl bound, bro. That they're winning with no problem. So I don't think it messes with you.
Let me ask you this, Frank.
What's up?
What's the probability that they say, you know what, Bruce, go hit the road, and coming down the aisle, you see Bill Belichick?
Bro, if that happens, I'm going to go get liposuction, bro. It's going down. It is going down because I want to go to Tampa and take my shirt off and be in the stands like, yeah.
Oh my goodness.
If that happens, let me tell you, if you pair Brady and Belichick up again on the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, hey, cancel Christmas next season. They're gonna win the Super Bowl. They win the Super Bowl. I'm telling you right now, they're going to win it. Because you see, Brady never had an offensive coordinator as a head coach. So he did. But Bruce Arians' ego and his way of play is not Brady's way of play. But when Brady had Belichick as a defensive coordinator, as a head coach, you can prepare better for the defenses you're going to play. I'm not trying to say that Brady's a savior because I'm not saying that. But now that Brady's been making more of the calls and Bruce Arians has said he makes the calls, the team has been playing a lot better because he's playing his type of football. He's identifying the defenses. That matchup, if you can couple them back together again, man, I feel bad for anybody. I really do. I really do.
Yeah.
So, I guess the last question I'm gonna ask, and then we can go into the predictions, unless somebody has anything else, is we already talked the Bills' growth and how the Bills are looking, right? And we say they can be contenders in the AFC against the Chiefs. But the biggest question, and June is your team, right? Wentz, I heard, was pouting, I guess, because he's not starting.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I don't know. I wouldn't say if he was pout. You know, when you read something, it might sound like someone is pouting. That's why I always say you can't really tell what someone's emotions when you're reading what they say. But him saying he's not interested in being a backup, then yeah, that's like a little bit of pouting. He can't get mad when that quarterback is doing something that he wasn't doing. Making games.
And I agree. Torrey Smith said something the other day. And Torrey Smith said, he should be a teammate. He should be a teammate first. And then we should understand any quarterback that says, I'm not here to be a backup, because any quarterback shouldn't come into the league to be a backup, right?
Mhm.
And it's understandable. Now, but it is all over the news. Even in ESPN, and Adam Schefter reported it, that he was godly,
I'm sorry. I rubbed off on June.
Yeah. But they said it. He did pout a little bit, and at the end of the day, I'm just curious to see what's gonna happen during the off season.
I think if this is business at the end of the day, and my cousin G says this, Fargus says it all the time, when Brady left and Belichick, and I get mad because he's a Jets fan, so I think he's hating, right? But he's right. It's a business, and
Fargus is always in my inbox asking me about football.
Yeah, he
won't
said it's
come
a
on
business.
here, but he won't come on here.
Oh no, he just be doing too much. But maybe next week I'll get him on here. He said it's a business, right? And Belichick looks at it as a business. What makes sense? And everybody knows that Belichick likes to get rid of his players at a certain time. He feels like everybody's shelf life has an expiration date, right? So I think that if it makes sense to get Hurts on a rookie contract and he's producing for the team, then I would move on from Wentz. However, I would still give Wentz the chance to come back next summer in preseason and camp and fight for his position. I would give him that much. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, and then give him that respect as the rookie that they drafted and put the franchise on. But they made a joke. They were like that they're gonna build another statue of Hurts and not Wentz outside. So it's gonna be Nick Foles and Wentz.
Dang, that's so dirty. Gosh. Dang.
All right, so
My main man.
we ready for these predictions or what, man? We got.
Yes, I am. Are you ready?
I gotta write mine down so I could send them to Sal.
I'm writing them down. I already have the games written right
No,
here.
you good. I'm talking about for me and June
Oh,
got
for
to
you.
put stuff in. Yeah.
Oh, okay. All right. So on Friday, Christmas, the Vikings at New Orleans.
I'm going Saints.
I'm going Saints too. I thought about it. If the Vikings would have had something to play for, because I think, are they eliminated or not yet?
I'll let you know.
I don't think they are, and because they're not, I'm gonna go with the Vikings.
Okay. I think that I'm gonna go with. You said you're gonna go with the Vikings, June?
Yeah.
I am.
You are? Okay.
Hold on. Where did Grandma say
Hi, Grandma.
Hold on, Mommy. Hold on.
Okay.
What?
I'm gonna go with the Vikings as well. I am. I am. Yes, Grandma, I'm okay that the Steelers lost.
So disrespectful, yo.
I'm laughing with
Hear
her.
my mom
so much.
laughing.
Yeah.
That is
Okay.
hilarious.
Then on Saturday,
Hold on, Mommy.
hold on, Grandma. She's away from the phone.
Tell my mother to hold on, please. Please, she don't listen to very well.
She doesn't.
Hold on.
Okay, then we have on Saturday, Bucks at Detroit.
I'm going Bucks.
I'm going Bucks as well.
Me too.
I'm going Bucks.
You're going Bucks.
I'm going.
Yes, Mom.
Mom, can you say hi?
Mommy, that is not feeling.
I'm on the
I said,
podcast.
hold on, mother. Hold on.
My mom thought it was the regular. Yes, Mom.
Get the belt, Mom. Get the belt, Mom.
Oh.
I'm about to.
The Vikings are in third place in their division, and the Packers already won it. So if we're gonna go for playoffs, the only people right now. So you have in the AFC, you got Chiefs and Buffalo clinch. Pittsburgh is they clinched the playoff berth. Pittsburgh clinched the playoff berth, and Chiefs and Buffalo won their divisions. Green Bay won their division. Saints and Seattle both clinched. But I don't think the Vikings are in the running. They're ninth in their conference right now.
Well, so do you know how far they are from the wild card?
Nah, it doesn't say.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it doesn't say. They're
It's,
down there.
it's,
You bold. You
I'm
betting
bold.
money on that one?
no. This is just our podcast predictions, Mom.
Oh, I was about to say, you putting money on that. I want that money on the Vikings to take the state.
The next on Saturday, we have 49ers at Arizona.
Going Arizona.
49.
Arizona.
Yeah. I thought you said what Arizona? I thought you didn't hear what I said.
No, I
My
said
mom was-
Okay, mommy, I'm back.
She said, ask Brianna if she's okay that the Steelers lost. And then on the last game on Saturday, there's 3 Saturday games. Dolphins at Raiders. I got Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm going Dolphins.
Oh yeah, faith in Raiders 0%. Let's go Tua.
Yeah, right.
On Sunday, we have the Colts at Pittsburgh.
I'm gonna lie, Bree. A part of me
Ooh.
says Colts, but a part of me says Pittsburgh.
I'm going Pittsburgh. Like, that I hope and I pray that my team shows up and shows out, and I'm going Pittsburgh.
Even if Connor is out.
I don't think Connor's all that, anyways, bro. I
I'm
think
going Pittsburgh.
you said what?
I'm going Pittsburgh.
I'm hyped that you haven't sent me a photo.
Say it again, bro.
I
Say it for the people in the back.
I don't think Connor's all that, man. I think Snell's is better.
I think Benny Snell is better when it comes to just like Connor, like he jerks and he overthinks the plays and that's how he gets hit, He stands there and like does this. Like does that little Kim thing.
That little Kim thing.
You know how she misses like
Yeah, the Quiet Storm meme.
yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Pittsburgh, man. I don't think they'll lose 4 in a row. I think Thomas.
Mike Tomlin's gonna get in that butt.
Yeah, I think he'll get it. I think they'll keep the plays short, sweet, dink and dunk. And I think they'll get it. So I'll go Steelers.
June, just know that I'm going for the Eagles this week.
I'm with you, and I appreciate you. Hey, we appreciate you. Okay.
But I'm not going.
No, I'm thinking more of the whole playoff race. And in their division too, as far as the Colts. How far behind they are.
The Colts, let me see, man, because ESPN's app is a little better for like the standings, but no, they don't have it like wild card. Like, I would have to go. So standings right now for playoffs. So let's look at the standings in the division. The Colts are part of the AFC West. No, South. So Houston and Jacksonville are eliminated. Right now, the Tennessee Titans and the Colts are 10-4. In the division, the Colts are 3-2 and the Tennessee Titans are 4-1.
Okay, so sorry.
The Colts are on a week 3-game winning streak and the Titans are on 2. So I don't know what you was gonna say, Bree.
Okay, so it says Indianapolis clinches playoffs berth if they win and Baltimore loses or ties, or they win and Miami loses or ties. If they win and Baltimore loses, or if they win and Baltimore or Miami loses. So they either got to lose or they got to tie. Miami and Baltimore. That's
So
the
yeah, yep. So the wild card here, bro, it has Cleveland 10-4, Indy 10-4. Now the tricky part is Miami's 9-5 and Baltimore's 9-5. But Baltimore is obviously the 4th seed out of the 3.
Mhm.
So if Miami were to win and then Baltimore were to win and Colts lose, you know, I don't know what that situation would play out, but it's a situation I wouldn't want to be in.
Oh, I mean, I lied. I'm sorry. So the last two was if the Colts and Pittsburgh tie and Baltimore loses, or if the Colts and Pittsburgh ties and Miami loses. Either way, I don't see Miami or Baltimore losing this week. I'll tell you who the Baltimores play when we get there. Who
No,
when
dang,
we-
that's a tough one. And I'm not trying to hit it. I'm basing this based off of the
You should base it off of all Alexis wants for Christmas is for June to root for her team.
No, I mean you guys got a playoff spot, so you should be happy. I'm happy that you guys are making it to the playoffs.
All Brie
Now-
wants for Christmas is for June to root for her team. You never heard that song before?
It's
It won-
charging Apple right now.
Won Grammys. What are you talking about? You never heard it? Jay-Z
How
produced.
about if I root for you guys, but I think the Colts are gonna win?
So who are you predicting to win? The Colts? All right, Jay. We heard you. It's okay. It's all right. You're not gonna get a shout out when I win a Grammy for my song.
Wow.
Atlanta at Kansas City is the next game.
Chiefs.
Yeah, I'm gonna go with the Chiefs too. Hey, I seen my boy was on Facebook, right? And he put a meme of himself. And the commentators were like, oh, you know, what's their name? The Falcons got a 24-3 lead over the Bucks. And he's just serious. And he's like, what's that supposed to mean? and then they lost.
That's what I'm saying. I can't count. Even though the Falcons up there put 30 points up, that 30 points for the Chiefs is nothing. Okay, you got to put 70 points up, and then maybe you could stop the Chiefs. Maybe,
Right.
maybe.
All right, the next game we have the Browns at Jets.
Browns.
Oh, Browns, 100%.
Okay, we have Bears at Jacksonville.
Bears.
Bears.
Okay, next. Now remember, this is a game that the Ravens need to lose or tie for the Colts to clinch, Giants at Baltimore.
Ravens.
Baltimore all day.
Oh, it's Baltimore all day. You a Baltimore
Over the
fan?
Giants. Over
Oh,
the
okay.
Giants.
Oh, okay. Make that clear next
Golly.
time,
We about to
please.
get you, kid.
Make that clear next time.
Sorry, Ben. We
then we
appreciate you
have-
coming on the show. But we got the Ravens stumping the Giants.
Yeah.
And we have Cincinnati at Houston. I got Houston.
See, that's another. I go Bengals.
Yeah.
I think.
Who you going, June?
I'm gonna go Houston.
Smart. Thank you.
Jeez. Frank went with Cincinnati.
I
I'll
know.
tell you
But
about Frank.
I needed him to go against me one time. Okay. I'm trying to beat
so
him.
you trying to beat me? Okay, I get it. I got it. I'll give you one for Christmas. There you go.
And then we have the Broncos at Chargers. They're both 5-9. And the way the Chargers been playing, I'm going Chargers.
Justin Herbert, that dude's like rookie of the year.
I would say yes, but they did get shut out against I think it was the 49ers. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna go with
Who?
the Chargers. I'm gonna go with
Okay.
the Broncos. I don't know. I got a feeling these Broncos, man.
Okay.
They're just so skeptical. You just don't know. This game is even a 50-50 game. So I'm gonna go with the Broncos anyway.
Okay. And then the next game that we have after that is we have Panthers at Washington.
No Alex Smith. I'm going Panthers.
We're going Panthers as well.
I'm going Washington. I think Washington's defense and the probability to still win that division is still going to be there. Alex Smith is questionable though. He's not out.
But I don't know. Panthers. I don't know. I'll go Panthers.
But that was another team too that we said, hey, we went with Panthers a few times, and
Yeah, they bit us in the butt. Though. The Panthers bit us.
And then we have the Rams at Seattle.
I will probably go.
I heard somebody whisper over there.
My dad's right here. He's a Seattle fan. They heard you whisper.
That was a loud whisper.
Pops, gonna go Seattle. I'm gonna go Rams. He said, "Ooh, sorry, Pops." Rams got embarrassed by the Jets. They're not gonna.
Think they're gonna have a comeback?
Yeah, I think so. And we know that the Seahawks defense is suspect. Their offense has been hit or miss as of late. So it's not like they were consistently like they were in the beginning of the season. Everybody was like, yo, Russell Wilson, MVP. Even I was screaming that. And then lately it's been like, Aaron Rodgers, MVP, or Patrick Mahomes.
Yeah.
So.
June?
Every time I think Rams, I think of McDonald, right? McDonald, was that his name? Donald? Yeah, I think of him every time I think of the Rams, and that dude is a monster. And it seems like he plays his best games against, the toughest teams.
Yeah.
However, I'm going to go with Seattle. I think that Seattle is still, they're going to show out in the playoffs. I just got that feeling.
I'm going to go Seattle too. Because I do think that they are going to win. One, they are home. Okay. That plays a big part.
I mean,
and
the Giants
two,
went over there and beat them,
Yeah, I know. And then two, my dad's right here and I don't want my Christmas gifts to go away if I don't pick it up.
Well, tell them I went for Seattle and,
Facts, right? I went Rams. I said.
Well, my dad said they're not going to have any fans at home. So that's going to be a problem.
I mean, the only thing you got to worry about there is the weather. It's not SoFi Stadium, The weather is going to be the key component for them there. It's how cold it is and stuff. But I mean, that's just one part of it. What made the biggest difference in Seattle was the fans, the 12 men. So you don't got that no more. So
yeah. And then we have the Eagles at Dallas. I'm going to go Eagles. June, who are you going?
Of course he's going Eagles. You know what? I'm going to rock out with Eagles. I'm going to go Eagles because of Hurts. Let's go. I'll go Eagles.
That's what I like to hear. That's the same reason why I'm going for Eagles, because of Hurts. That's it. That's the only
defense. And that defense that's going to put Dallas on their bottom.
I do not like Slade Jr., so no. And
oh my God.
I don't like Slade Jr. Yeah, really. I don't like Slade Jr.
He said,
and I don't like that, what's his name? LeBlanc. Crevon LeBlanc. I don't like him.
I don't like half of the Steelers, but I root for them sometimes,
You root for them or you pick on me when they lose. Okay, that's what I thought. And then on Sunday night, we have the Titans at Green Bay. And I am going, I don't know. I just realized.
What's the Packers defense against the run? What are they?
Ooh, let me check.
Because if they commit to 8 in the box to stop the run with Derrick Henry, which nobody stops him. Nobody puts him in a corner. Now you're leaving Brown open and the other receivers open down the field, and it could get out of hand really quick. But it just depends what defense shows up for the Titans against Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. So they're playing where?
Yeah.
In Green Bay?
In Green Bay.
Has it had a
It's
blizzard?
gonna be 28. It's gonna be 28 degrees on Sunday night at 8:20 p.m. It's gonna
Yeah,
be 28 degrees.
What is it with the wind chill? Probably negative 30.
Probably it doesn't have the one. It just has like the temperature. I'm looking at.
See, something's telling me go Titans because they gonna. But something's telling me Aaron Rodgers at home, cold, frozen. That's his thing. You know, that's where he's at. I'm going Packers.
Yeah, I'm gonna go Packers as well.
I'm going Packers too. I think what's his name? Aaron Rodgers needs like one more touchdown to make some type of history there. I forgot what it is.
And then the last game on Monday, we have the Bills at New England.
It's just Bills. They're gonna be in New England.
And of course, Joe's gonna pick his Super Bowl contender. Right?
Hey,
You're gonna pick your Super Bowl contender, right? The Bills.
I'm 100% gonna go with the Bills. And there's a Monday night game, right?
Yeah.
So I'm gonna do something for the family here, all right? For you guys. I'm gonna DoorDash you lunch if you guys could guess the combined total points on Monday night's game. You heard it here first.
You already
Frank's
know?
podcast. Huh?
Oh, okay. You're gonna do it for the people listening. I thought you were talking to me and Frank, like you was gonna DoorDash us.
No, I'm talking to you and Frank. Yeah.
Oh.
Mm-hmm.
And we can guess right now.
Yeah. You're gonna write it down, and then whoever wins, I'm gonna buy you guys lunch
Gotta
DoorDash
give me a
to your
second
spot.
because I gotta see something. So there's a trick that my boy taught me with this.
I think I know the trick that you're talking about.
Hold on, let me see. ESPN.
Mhm.
Yeah, Lee. Yo, y'all some cheating ass.
Combined, I would say 48.
48 points combined.
Mhm.
All right, let me see. Give me a few seconds. Give me a few seconds. I'm right here anyways. Let's go. I want to see something.
Are you going back to? Never mind. Let me just hush.
No.
My answer is 48. Remember that. Write it down in your notes on your phone or write it down on a piece of paper.
So
We got this live recording. I'm just gonna
You wanna say-
play back.
Okay. 48. 48.
Oh my God, it's not showing me what I want. All right, I'll tell you what. I'm gonna go. You said 48.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to go. Let me see. Damn, 48 is a good score because that's really like a touchdown. That's not bad actually, but I'm gonna go 45.
Whoever's the closest, you still got to DoorDash us some lunch, okay? I'm just saying.
How you gonna? That's
I'm just
That's
saying.
what?
I'm just saying. I don't make the rules. I don't make the rules, okay? I'm just
Exactly.
saying.
I do.
But those are the rules. I'm saying I don't make the rules, but those are the rules. Whoever gets the closest, you still have to DoorDash. I mean, you offered. So at the end of the day, you're gonna DoorDash somebody. All right.
Exactly.
So, let's
And
go
that's
to your
whoever wins.
segment. Ready for your segment? Because I gotta go in 8 minutes.
Yeah, we got
All right. So just to finish that portion out, it got to be exactly on the dot. So moving forward to the next segment. The next segment is, what are your most impressive moments or wins, and what are your disappointing moments of this past week?
So I'm gonna go first real quick, Bree. Disappointment was the Steelers losing to the Bengals. I expected more out of them. I was chatting with you guys. I said Big Ben's gonna come back. I have a lot of faith in that organization and that player and that team. And I felt let down. I felt like, they're trending downwards at the wrong time, and it's not a good look. the other part to me that was dope, I guess the second part to that question, I always get it mixed up, was Brady coming back with the Bucks against the Falcons. Even though the Falcons have a losing record and they give up leads, but it's not like it's the team. The Bucks have showed inconsistency so much that a lot of times when they start losing, like they lost to the Chiefs, and the Chiefs game was set. They gave the Chiefs 17 points to go ahead. You know what I'm saying? So that was it. Brady's resilient to come back. The team is buying off on it. So I think that's dope. That's my take.
All right, so I have two really, really fast, and I'm not going to explain them. So, of course, my first disappointing is the Steelers losing to the Bengals. And then my second disappointing moment of this week was the Texans and Colts game, especially that Texans player, like, literally just letting the ball out of his hands in the end zone, could have tied the game, and they would have went into overtime and really had a chance of winning, That was disappointing because I'm tired of seeing Deshaun Watson losing. And then my highlight, I have two as well. First highlight, of course, is the Falcons blowing another lead, against Brady. That's kind of funny. And then my second one would definitely have to be the Eagles and Cardinals game, because that was my favorite game of the week. It was very entertaining. The scores were going back and forth. The Eagles had a shot, and Cardinals had a shot. So it was like neck and neck. Two great young quarterbacks that I really enjoy watching. So I was happy to see them play each other. So those are my.
Awesome. So my disappointing comes with a win, right? My disappointing moment of the week is going to be the Jets winning. You control your destiny to get Mr. Lawrence. Now he's going somewhere else more than likely. Yeah. So that's pretty disappointing. And then the highlight of the week is still going to be the improvement that the Eagles organization, the Eagles offense is doing on their part. It seems a little crazy, right? I don't want to say the Eagles because I like the Eagles, but I'm just seeing the positive in the last 2 to 3 weeks, and I like it.
All right, well, that's it. From the Alexis family, from the Munoz family, from the Ferrer family, want to wish all our friends and family and listeners that do listen in a Merry Christmas. We'll obviously be back on it before the new year comes in, but have a Merry Christmas. I hope that everybody enjoys it with their family. And let's not forget about those people that can't be with their families right now due to their commitments, and our shipmates and, service members that are not home with their family. So Merry Christmas. I hope everybody enjoys it. Thank you for listening to Frank's Unsolicited Advice, the NFL edition.